What is up, ladies and gentlemen? So in this video we're going to be talking about how to decode yourself. So in the past year I've been really getting into numerology, astrology, and I've been using these things to find connections or find messages within the code of this matrix we're living in. A lot of this video is inspired by other channels, especially Decode Your Reality. So the topics of today will be numerology, tarot, and astrology. With numerology, you're looking at the numbers 1 to 9, 11, 22, 33. Now 11, 22, 33 are special numbers. They're considered power numbers, angel numbers, so they're fairly significant in numerology. To start, we're going to try to get our life path number. So with this, you just need your date of birth. Now there are a few ways you can do this. You can do this manually. I also like using Gematria to do these calculations, and I'm going to use the example of Jimi Hendrix's birthday, which he was born in November 27, 1942. So with Jimi Hendrix, we get the number 9. Now if we go into our favorite search engine, you can go into and type in life path number. You'll get several websites. We're going to look at a couple of them, and here you'll also be able to find the meaning, and also they'll do the calculation for you. So here you have 7lifepath.com. You can put in your date of birth and they'll calculate your life path number. Another website is this one right here. It's called FeliciaBender.com, life path number. We'll go in here and we'll put in Jimi Hendrix's birthday. So basically you're reducing the date, the month, and the year, and then adding it all together, and you'll have your life path number. So with Jimmy, he has a 9. So we can see when we click on the 9 what that 9 means. So the life path number 9 is a charismatic and creative humanitarian. Now you can go and read through this and see if it resonates with you, if it makes any sense. Now my life path number is 7, and it almost nails me to a T. It was very insightful, and this is why I'm also making this video. Now here I'm going to highlight a few things that I remember seeing about Jimi Hendrix. You have incredible charisma. I can choose to use that in either positive or negative ways. You also would do well in a creative field. Many gifted musicians, comedians, actors, and artists are on the 9th life path. So for me, this definitely describes Jimi Hendrix. Now I'm the life path number 7, and it's fairly accurate what it says about me in a way. The analyst and sometimes reluctant spiritualist. And I really resonated with what I was reading here. You would excel as a philosopher, analyst, researcher, because you're always seeking truth and knowledge and love, devolving into life's mysteries. Now if you've noticed, a lot of my latest content has been gearing more towards this, and this wasn't really intentional. It was more of the circumstances of what was happening in the past few years, in our world, where I became more, I became more analytical. I started doing research more about the truth, and I got more into life's mysteries. So the whole thing about numerology, astrology, and esoteric stuff. So this really, I believe, was an accurate description of myself. And then another thing is that I've been talking a lot about the number 7. I've done a few videos about the Shemitah, which is all about the number 7, and my life path is number 7. So it's kind of interesting, these connections. Now you can go into Gematria and also play around with your name. So my name is Daniel. I am a 9 in original English or English original, and a 1 in Chaldean. And again, I can go into my favorite search engine and look into the meanings of these numbers. Now we're going to talk about the tarot. Now what I like about the tarot is the symbology, the trying to decipher these images, and how you can learn a lot from just looking at these images and trying to decode them in a way. So with tarot, there's several spreads, several ways to lay out I'm going to show you guys how to get your personality card and your soul card. We're going to only be using the major arcanas, and these are the cards from 0 to 21, which gives us a total of 22 cards. So to get your personality card, you're basically adding your date of birth. So 11 plus 27 plus 1942, this is Jimi Hendrix's birthday. That will give us 1980. So then we add the 1980, and that will give us our 18. And the 18th deck of the card is the moon. Now, again, you go into your favorite search engine and look into the meaning of the moon. So again, there's several websites out there. You can go into looking what the moon means. If you have the personality card, the moon, what does that mean? So it's just interesting to see this and, see if there's anything that resonates with you. Now, to get your soul card, you're basically just narrowing down your personality card number. So for Jimmy, it was 18. So then we're going to be adding 1 plus 8, which will give us a 9. And for Jimmy is the Hermit. Now the Hermit card is seen as a wise card, someone with a lot of wisdom. And in one description it said, going out on your own, follow your heart's desire. So that would be some guidance if you have the Hermit card as your soul card, the number 9. And then finally, let's look at astrology. So how the planets and basically the universe affects us here on Earth. And it's quite complex. There's a lot of levels to this. There's different types of astrology. There's like the Vedic astrologers, there's the tropical astrologers, and I believe there's several others. So this is very complex, but I've been starting to learn a bit more about this, as well as connecting this with finances. Now, when we're focusing this on ourselves, initially what you want to look at is your birth chart. So now, to get your own personal birth chart, go to astro.com, go into charts and calculations, and then right here, chart drawing and ascendants. So you're going to need to put in your personal information, date of birth, location, and the time. So ideally, if the more information you have, the more accurate the chart will be. But this is my birth chart, and the birth chart is basically divided between 12 houses. So the first house, and you have the 12th there. So each house represents different aspects of your life. Like the first house would represent you, the 6th house represents work, the 11th house represents friendship. Now the last thing I'm going to mention is this thing called astrocartology, I think what it is. But it's basically looking at the best possible locations for you to travel, live, and work. So you go to Horoscopo, AstroClick Travel, and since this website already has my information, you'll have something like this. Now what's interesting with this is, with this chart, you could find out where you would be better at finding relationships, where would be best to live, work, and stuff like that. Now, just initially looking at this, what I'm seeing is I was born right here where this red X is, and I have that green line. So I believe that green line is Mercury. So I can go into and see what Mercury means and what is that significance of that line. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, so that is it for today's video. Something else I wanted to mention is that I've been starting to read this book called A Trader's Guide to Financial Astrology, which, I really find it fascinating. And, I definitely think there is a connection with, the stars, and more specifically even the moon and our financial world. And definitely something worth investigating into. All right, until the next video, peace.